Okay, in the next few videos we're going to use an extension that I just built specifically for this. It's just a dummy extension that creates jokes. So you can already see that the jokes extension has been added, but it's still an inactive card, and we're going to start adding things to that card now. So we're going to start off with build time data. So explain what build time data is and how you can add it to be available on the screen, and how you can display it without writing any UI code. So I already have my processor for my jokes dev UI created. I'm creating a build step again, is development. Right, and I can again create a card. Let's just do this. Card build item that I call jokes, and this time I'm using a producer, so I'll just say producers, the card build item. Right, so now we want to add build time data. So in my example, my extension creates 10 jokes when you build. And then those jokes are being made available on this jokes build item. So you will see that on here I can say add build time data. I can give it any key. So this is a list of jokes, so we'll call it jokes, and then we'll give it some data. Now this data can be anything, so we'll say jokes build item dot get jokes. In my case, get jokes is a list of jokes, and joke is just an object. So now this is available to use on a screen under this key. You can add as many key value pairs as you want. So now we want to build a page so that we can display this. Now there's a few ways that you can just automatically display this. The first one we'll look at is the raw page. So we'll do exactly the same that we've done for the external page. We'll follow the same pattern, but this time the builder that we'll use is the raw data page builder. Again, we'll give the page a name, an icon, and then this is important, we want to link what build time data should be displayed. So we'll link that to that, because you can have more than one. So this should be enough to get us going. Okay, so I've rebuilded my extension and I've restarted my application. And you can see the jokes card now has a link on called raw data, and if I click on it, it just displays the build time data. So this is nice so that you can see what data you have available as you start building your screen. Or in the case that you maybe just want to display the data raw, you can just use it like this. Right, so next we want to see what else we can do. The other option that we have is to display it as a table. So let's copy from there. Same pattern, this time I'm using the table data page builder. I give it a name, I give it an icon, and again I link that to that. The difference now is that I have these options. I can show columns, so I can take specific fields here and only display those in the table, right? Or if I want to display everything, I just don't add any column filters. So this should be enough. Let's rebuild and see how that looks like. Okay, after rebuilding the extension and restarting the app, there's a new link available on my card called table data, and if I click on it, I see this in a table, and I see the 3 columns that I wanted to show. The nice thing about this is not just an HTML table. This is a component which contains all sorts of things for you out of the box. So sorting by column or resizing the column, and there's actually a few other things that you can do with this. So that's the second option, to dump data on the screen without having to write any UI code. The last one we want to look at for build time data is a queue template. So let's add another page. I'm just going to remove this. So in this page we use the Qt Data Page Builder. Again, we'll give it a name, an icon, and now we give it a template link. So we don't give it a build time data key because this template will automatically have all the build time data available in the template. And if you open the template, you'll see that I've got some CSS, but then I have a table which I use the jokes into loop through and display the jokes. So let's rebuild this and see how it looks like. Okay, now my Qt Data card is, link on the card is available, and if I click on it, I see the output of that Qt template. So these are the three options then that you have: raw, table, and Qt. What we'll do next is we'll build a more complex screen which has got interactions and way to talk to the server and runtime. But we'll also show there how you can use the build time data inside a more complex screen.